My name's Mike Rowe, and this is my job.
I explore the country looking for people who aren't afraid to get dirty.
Smelly, stinky, vile, putrid.
Hard-working men and women who earn an honest living.
You come back tomorrow morning, this will be empty.
Why don't we just meet here for breakfast?
There we go.
Doing the kinds of jobs that make civilized life possible for the rest of us.
Now get ready. Wait for it. Wait for it. To get dirty.
Coming up on Dirty Jobs, a diet that's 82% fat is good for you if you have feathers.
Serious lovers of birds feed their birds serious food.
Yes.
It took 30 years to develop the formula for this high-end bird food. The ingredients are all natural,
Beef kidney knobs,
Freeze-dried.
maggots.
and making the stuff is all nauseating.
Looks like chocolate chip cookie dough. It's not.
And later,
What do you call yourselves exactly?
Arachnophobiacs, maniacs.
spider and scorpion venom can make you sick, but it can also be used in research to fight diseases.
You need 500 black widows to get 1 drop of venom.
Which is why this couple hunts arachnids in the desert and feeds and milks them at their home lab very carefully.
This is maddening. I couldn't drink coffee and do this job. Oh, God. Payette, Idaho is not the end of the world, but you can see it from here. It's about 100 degrees below zero, and today I'm going to make bird food. Not just any bird food, suet block. Suet block looks a lot like soap. It's not. It's actually fat and insects all jammed together. Birds go crazy for it, and it all happens in that building right behind me with those lovely people waiting for me, Ann and Skip. Want to meet them? Sure you do. Look at you two, American Gothic. Ann Blanchard?
Yes.
And Skip?
Cockaroom.
Cockaroom. All right, the woman here has got a shovel that seems to be covered with the same stuff that's on my hands.
Yes.
And what is that exactly?
This is rendered beef kidney suet.
That's the main ingredient in the bird food?
In the bird food that we will be making next, yes.
Are we talking about bird food for people that like to just watch birds and do it as a hobby, or are we talking about actual nutritious sustenance?
Well, if you're going to do that, you can throw a donut on the sidewalk. This is about nutrition.
This is
yeah,
all
I
about
mean, if you want to
nutritional
watch
quality.
birds, yeah, just
Throw a donut on the sidewalk.
that's right.
You're saying that serious lovers of birds feed their birds serious food.
Yes.
And what makes this serious?
The right ingredients. We use high quality insects that we grow specifically for the purpose.
Flies?
Yes. Yeah. In fact, one of the reasons we do the Musca domestica, which is the common housefly, is that for bird nutrition, they have the closest to perfect calcium to phosphorus ratio of anything but crickets.
Does the work start out here, or do we go inside?
You and I have to climb right into that tank there and clean out what's there left from the last
Let's
batch.
have a look at what's in the tank, shall we? And what will Skip be doing while you and I actually accomplish work?
Moral support.
The fat used in the making of the bird food must first be cooked to an oil form.
Put my leg over there, would you? Nice.
But before we can fire up the cooking tank, we've got to clean it out first.
So what we're attempting to do is salvage the usable, and then we will discard whatever's left.
So how'd this happen, Annie? How'd you find yourself in the bird food business?
Actually, Skip pursued me.
You dog.
As I recall,
She was willing to work cheap.
Don't make any sudden moves, Ann. I got a lot of fat over your head.
and I'm not afraid to use it.
The process of making this type of high-end bird food was developed by Skip. He spent over 30 years of research on raising the common housefly and then combining it with this particular fat.
See, now that looks like waste, but that's probably 60% fat. That's 70 cents a pound.
What's the average bird food cost?
Ours usually runs about 3 times as much as the other stuff does. To make excellent bird food costs a lot of money. We get a lot of complaints from people about our bird feed costing too much money, and I have one reply.
What?
Don't leave the weenies out of your macaroni and cheese just because you want to buy my bird food. Would you like me to go get you a Kleenex?
Is it getting bad?
You got snot hanging all over your face.
I can't feel a thing, honestly. Would you, if you have any handy, if you could come back and tidy me up?
I'll get you one.
Would you? Because I can't even blow my nose because the fat's frozen on my hand.
Okay, we'll take care of this. I didn't mean to be rude, Mike. I just thought you might be more comfortable.
You got to get up there if you want to help.
All right. Better?
Thank you, good.
Why don't you use the piece with the leverage on it?
I started doing that before and she yelled at me. That didn't go well, did it, Skip? One big mighty wallop and then slip right out of your hands.
Yeah.
When the tool slips out of a man's hands, you can leave the blade on the temperature With lubrication.
That's,
Well, when you're standing in a big pool of fat, honey, you're talking about
we're
real
talking major
lubrication.
lubrication
A lot of
here.
lube. One big old huge piece of fat. Hold my tool, man. Would you
Yes,
please?
be happy.
Thank you. Hold on a second.
If you rub it around really fast, it'll get hot enough to melt.
Isn't this a family show?
It was. Manson family.
Now that the salvageable pieces of fat have been removed, it's time to scoop out the usable stuff, which is all the connective tissue burned off from the fat.
Put that anywhere, eh? Can't feel anything from my elbows down. That actually looks like chicken. Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about those. Those are just my testicles, Annie. I wasn't planning on using them anytime soon.
Okay, fat chick is out of the tub.
Next step, get a new batch of fat back in the tank.
Put that anywhere, Skip. And this is all suet.
This is beef kidney knobs.
Beef kidney knobs, all right.
This is the fat that surrounds the kidney in the bovine.
Kidney knobs are used because they have a high nutritional content.
That was probably, what, $800 for that box? $800 or $900?
For a box of fat.
Can't see that they're
You're
doing a
not
darn
filming
bit
my
better.
ass, are you?
Oh, yeah, sure. What else would we do? I mean, you know
I
what?
just got thinking about it. What an awful view.
And it looks like it's got gravy on it. What's better than ass and gravy?
What a terrible view.
That's the
We've
gravy.
got a wide-angle lens.
It's the gravy.
Jeez.
What's better than ass and gravy? Yeah, that's gonna resonate. That's a whole new season.
Each box contains about 1,500 pounds of fat. It usually takes about 3 days to cook the entire amount to a liquid form.
All right, let's take about 4 or 5 more out. By the time we did that, we could have had them all out.
You know, shortcuts lead to long delays, right?
There you go.
Next,
This is the nerve center.
this is where the bird food is made.
Got it. What's your hand on?
This is a jacketed tank, stainless steel. We run hot water from the water heater between the two walls of this, and it has a circulator on it, and this maintains a constant temperature for the fat that we have rendered.
So that pipe going through the hole in the wall there is going into the tank that we just cleaned.
The stainless steel pipe carries the rendered suet into the tank, so all we have at this point is pure suet.
Antioxidants and preservatives are added to the rendered suet so it doesn't spoil.
This is the remnants of the last batch that we cooked off.
This just gets kicked around a bit, does it?
Yes, mix it in. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble.
Name that play.
Macbeth.
That's absolutely right. You satisfied?
Works for me. Now we need to set up our molds
Where do you do that?
right here.
Oh, good.
Okay? What we have is a wooden base. We line that with felt, and we line that with plastic. That gives us a tight fit so that we don't have leaks.
Okay. Thusly?
Yes. You ready to take out your aggressions?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like it. It's high roll.
Coming up,
Do you have a mixing device
My right hand.
you're using?
stirring up trouble on a job that's for the birds.
When you lift it out, it will
It'd be bad.
Oh,
It'd be bad,
you
wouldn't
will-
it?
everybody will be wearing it.
Everybody.
And later,
Are we gonna get bit?
Possibly.
How many times have you been bitten? Thousands.
catching spiders is like ordering a cocktail. You pick your poison.
If you don't scare them, they don't have reason to bite you.
It seems as though I might be scaring it. Got a letter here from a viewer named Bradley Wacker from Wisconsin. He writes, Dear Mike, I know that Dirty Jobs is about hardworking people, but I was wondering how important are animals to your show? Well, the truth is, Bradley, animals are very important. Fortunately, my producer, Barsky, has an intuitive way with them. Kind of a sixth sense, almost. You can see by how he's convincing the sheep to get into the back of the F-150. I'm gonna have to get back to you.
With the molds and rendered suet ready to go, it was time to gather the other ingredients for the bird food.
This is dehydrated Musca domestica larva and pupa. First of all, in the yellow bucket behind you, and second of all, let's do a man-sized scoop.
Sorry.
There you go.
Musca to pupa, larva to what?
Musca domestica is the proper name for the common housefly.
These are freeze-dried or just dried up
Dehydrated maggots and pupa, which is the cocoon.
Right.
Once they pupate, yes, that's what these little pill things are.
Interesting. They look exactly like brown rice.
Along with the houseflies, ground peanuts, dehydrated milk whey, and ground oyster shells are added to the mixture.
Now, this all goes into the mold.
Into the aluminum thing?
Yep.
All right.
Okay, yours will go on top of mine.
Excellent.
Now we have to add the oil. Fill her up.
This tank stores the suet at a constant temperature of 140 degrees, keeping the oil from coagulating.
So some of the maggots come to the top.
A lot of the pupa will float. They're very light. As this cools and hardens, we'll continue to mix it and blend it so that they will be dispersed evenly throughout.
Do you have a mixing thing,
Yeah.
a device,
Yeah.
tool
My right hand.
you're using? Oh, yeah.
As long as we keep it moving, it'll set up just fine, and all of your insects will be throughout. When you lift it out, it will
It'd be bad.
Oh,
It'd be bad,
you
wouldn't
will-
it?
Everybody will be wearing it.
Everybody.
After the sides have been scraped, the drill is used to blend the rest of the suet.
I'll give mine a stir, and we'll let it rest.
So this rests for how long? About 30 minutes?
In the cooler weather, it'll set up fairly quickly.
What do you want to do while it's setting up?
We can unmold some.
So these are those later.
This is yesterday's version.
And this is called the what again?
That is the Oregon suet block, OSB.
OSB. This is OSB too.
That's peanut bugger. This is peanut bugger.
Oh, you know, the OSB looks a lot like the peanut bugger.
At a glance, they are similar.
If you lose track, do you ever taste it?
You can, yeah.
You do?
Yeah, you can tell peanuts right away.
So you lick it, you take a bite to know what's what?
You can just take a little piece off and taste it.
How do we get these out of these?
Okay, we're going to flip them upside down.
Are you grabbing the wood or just the
I'm
whole thing?
grabbing the wood. Oops, and it's going to do that. And then I just get it so it's resting on the tray. And then flip it and just make sure you're kind of centered.
Yeah, that falling on your fingers would be
Yeah.
bad. Oh, I see. Right. Sure. Yeah, take your fingers right off there. Easy. Easy as pie.
Go ahead.
Note the placement of the fingers. Note the size of the device. Behold the weight, roughly 70 pounds. Imagine the pain. Not now, I'm building drama. Covered with grease, slicker than snot. So many things could go wrong. Move your fingers back a little. Oh, I see what you were
There
doing.
was
You
a
were helping
reason
me.
I was doing
Never mind.
that.
Don't listen to anything I say
There's a
anymore.
method to my
I'm going to
madness.
let this go, and I'm going to let it slide.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
So we get out the big guns.
Propane?
Propane.
Me, I'm just curious about the ability of this stuff I'm covered with to hold a flame.
You mean will you flare up?
Will I self-immolate?
No.
I can't even like this thing.
Everything's greasy.
By heating the corners of the steel mold, the fat will partially melt, creating a slippery surface for the suet block to drop.
Look at that.
Shall I remove the first one so you get an idea for the method?
Absolutely.
Oh, this comes off easy.
That looked pretty complicated. So step one,
Some
lift
of
it up
them
and
don't.
off. Got
Some
it.
of them don't.
You don't even have to go to step
Some
two
of
in this
them
case.
I heat 2 or 3 times.
Stupid. Come on, big boy.
You want me to get that for you, Mike?
This thing's really stuck on there. Might need some more heat. Or a towel. That'd be good if you had one of those. That way you could just pop right off there, easy as pie. I wouldn't have to worry about doing anything at all. That's it. Good. Good. Where was the towel earlier? Right? Please, please, thank you. Thank you. It's nothing, really.
Coming up.
We're going to need to kill them. The most humane way to do that is to scald them.
That's a sentence I dare say has not been uttered in the entire history of time.
Once a maggot gets in hot water, there's no getting out.
What made it so dirty so quickly?
As soon as we scalded them, they themselves to death.
The history of bowel movements, that has to be the worst of all time.
And later.
Brown recluse? That flesh-eating...
Face-type thing?
Yeah, your face falls off. That's in here? Mm-hmm. Great.
What has 8 legs, 2 fangs, and can make you ill? Out here, pretty much everything.
Tell me again how they're not poisonous?
Those are.
Oh, never mind.
The suet blocks will be pushed through steel wires, cutting them to the right portion for packaging.
Looks like chocolate chip cookie dough. It's not.
Once they're cut to the desired size, they need to be labeled and packaged.
9% protein, 82% fat. Normally when you see that, it's a, right, it's cautionary, but here it's good news.
It's body warmth.
How you doing, Ann? Doesn't sound good.
Getting honest.
Yep. Tighten up.
Let's see, she's not closing.
All right, well, look, I don't want to dwell on whatever tantrum she's having. I get the idea. This goes on, and cellophane is magically applied. When everything is working, they get boxed up and shut down.
Yep.
All right. Well, while you sort that out, what is Skip up to?
Skip has his maggots, and he's waiting for you.
Ah, Skip.
Besides the suet blocks, Skip also makes another type of bird food using maggots.
So what we want to do here then is to prepare these live insects. We're going to need to kill them. The most humane way to do that is to scald them.
That's a sentence I dare say has not been uttered, except possibly by you, in the entire history of time.
Huh.
The kindest way to kill them is to scald them?
Well, it's like doing crab or lobster or shrimp or something. There are many ways to kill them, but if you want to do it as quickly and humanely as possible.
Sure.
And so we use the same technique here. So what we'll do then this time is take insects, put them in the bag, and then plunge them into a little bucket of hot water, let them sit there for a minute, and they'll be dead.
They'll perish quickly.
So you can go ahead and put a scoop of this material into there.
Now tell me about these, these are from fly larvae, right?
You know, a lot of people think that these things are dirty. Besides animal food, we're going to develop them for human food. In fact, we do have a customer that uses these for a big cocktail party in New York every year.
Get out of here.
No, true story.
In New York?
At the Waldorf Astoria, you can have a maggot-stuffed mushroom cap.
Come on. Really?
Yeah.
You gonna eat one?
I'll eat one if you will.
I'll eat. I didn't see it go in.
Hear the popping? It's like little bitty grapes.
What's it taste like before I do this?
Really, you like shrimp?
Really?
They're clean.
Yeah, I can see that. Anything that comes out of a fly's ass has got to be pristine. They do snap.
Hear it popping in there? Kind of reminds you of pomegranate seeds.
I was just going to say that.
You're never going to eat another pomegranate without thinking about a mouthful of maggot. So let me go grab some water. Pour all the water at once, quickly into here, so we don't be losing temperature.
How many are in here, you think?
Oh, 25,000?
25,000. Well, this is just genocide.
Yeah, pour it all in. Okay, good. Let's see how they're doing.
Not good. No,
Well,
they're not doing
I
great.
think we managed to kill them quickly and painlessly.
Good. What made it so dirty so quickly?
There was a little material left in their gut, and as soon as we scalded them, they themselves to death.
The history of bowel movements, that has to be the worst of all time. 25,000, and then bang, gone. Crapped yourself to death.
Empty the insects out.
What's gonna,
The maggots will then be liquefied and mixed in with puffed millet.
Millet's a grain, but it's not used as a food grain in the United States. We feed it to birds.
The absorbent qualities of the puffed millet allows it to soak up the liquefied maggots, creating a high-protein snack for birds once it's dry.
so where's the drying mechanism you use?
Fire marshal makes us keep them outside. So it's this way.
All right. We're off to the drying mechanism. These are your drying mechanisms. Come on, what is it, wash day?
Always. You know how dirty we get.
Come on, you're kidding me, right?
No, throw the bugums in there. Actually, it's not bugums until it goes in the bag.
Okay, right now it's just pre-bugums.
Yeah, pre-bugums.
All right, listen, I love to chat. I get it. You're making premium bird food. This is for me?
That's for you.
This is for me?
Nice
This is for
to
you.
meet you.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
fantastic. Hey, they broke the mold with you. Honestly, nobody's doing this way.
No, we like to do our job correctly, and we're not really particularly interested in the profit margin. We're into doing a very high-quality job.
I don't know what you're feeding your birds, honestly. But if it's not this or this, you don't really like your birds.
Coming up,
Okay, so these we got to get some maggots to feed them.
Oh, you really can't breathe.
making food for spiders is serious business
Oh no. Ah.
and a real gag.
Are we going back in there?
Just briefly.
You can count on that. See those 3 cactuses down there? Or cacti, I suppose? There used to be 4. Not too long ago there were anyway. I know that because it was that exact spot that I came to not long ago and pulled one out, transplanted it with my buddy Dave Morales from the Morales Ranch. When I left this part of Arizona on that particular day, I was fairly certain I would never return again. I was completely wrong, as I am more and more these days. I've come back specifically to say hi to Chuck and Anita. How are you?
Hi, Mike. Nice to meet you.
These guys are, what do you call yourselves exactly?
Arachnophobiacs, maniacs, spider hunters.
Now, you're making stuff up, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay. You love the spiders?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. The goal today is to collect some spiders.
Right.
All right, and why?
Yeah, well, we supply the venom or spider spit for research.
To do what?
There's been discoveries like for diabetes, atrial fibrillation of the heart, and urinary incontinence, epilepsy.
You're saying that the venom in some of these spiders actually works in a life-saving way.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You guys are a couple?
Yeah. 23 years.
23 years. Where are you from?
Originally from Czech Republic.
All the way from the Czech Republic to live in the desert with this guy, squeezing the venom out of
I
spiders.
never liked spiders in my life until I met him.
You must have some kind of charm going on underneath this
scientist.
facade.
She liked my eyes.
So you're going to try and collect some spiders you think might be in here?
Yeah, this is a pack rat down there. It's actually a wood rat, okay? And it's got a home underneath here where it stores grain and everything else, and all sorts of insects move in, and spiders move in because of the insects and stuff like that, and it's nice and protected.
And this is a pack rat.
This is a pack rat.
How big is a pack rat?
Oh, it's about the size of a small rat, a short tail.
Okay.
Nice stubby face. Okay, so the idea here is we're going to try to tear this apart without disturbing the pack rat too much. We're going to take it out piece by piece looking for spiders, okay?
As we go. So it's not you don't trash it, it's a methodical process.
Right, right. And we also want to we're going to try to figure out where the pack rat actually is and where the den is, because we don't want to actually break into her den, and because we're going to try to rebuild this thing afterwards.
Oh, okay. So you're a polite, mannerly spider catcher.
We're going to scare the hell out of that thing, and then we're going to try to make up.
Good. I hate to think I'm the only one here about to crap my pants.
No, that's your first aid kit.
Okay, let me show you what we got
Only
here.
that.
Are we gonna get bit?
You got vials right here. Now
Yeah,
we don't.
possibly. This is the vials for the spiders, or scorpions, whatever.
There's scorpions in here too, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, there might be some scorpions, yeah.
Do you have the brown recluse? That flesh-eating
Yeah.
necrophagy.
The face type thing.
Yeah, your face falls off. That's in here? Mm-hmm. Great. How many times have you been bitten?
Thousands.
Well, that's because he likes to play with it.
What's the matter with him?
Chuck and Anita's business is called Spider Pharm. That's farm, spelled with a PH. To keep it going, they're out collecting spiders and scorpions 7 days a week, all year round.
Is that a black widow?
That's a black widow.
The black widow's spider venom is a potent neurotoxin, but there isn't enough venom in a black widow bite to be fatal to the average person. The poison of the brown recluse spider has a necrotic effect on tissue, but brown recluse bites are rare, and serious side effects from them are even rarer.
There's a brown recluse looking
Right
at.
here.
Where?
Right here.
On your... Oh, jeez, a widow.
If you don't scare them, they don't have reason to bite you.
It seems as though I might be scaring it.
Just slam it down. Okay. Okay.
Slamming things down on a brown recluse. Unless it's a rolled up piece of newspaper, I'm not sure I totally get it.
So we just come down straight on top of it? Okay, boom.
Look at that one.
Yeah, you might want to...
I might want to. I hear you. That's a nice way of saying
Well,
might do
those
something.
actually bite a lot, too, but it's not a serious bite.
Where'd it go? I like to make sure the caps are on super tight.
Here's another black widow right
Oh,
here.
boy.
Yeah.
Isn't there supposed to be like a red dot?
Yep.
Tell me again how they're not poisonous?
Those are.
Oh, never mind. Okay,
So
kissing
she's
bug.
nice and full, too. She's got a good blood meal recently.
So she's full of rat blood.
Yeah.
So if I were to squeeze her, it'd be a bloody mess.
Right. Yeah, you want to pack this up?
Yeah, let's put this one back together. I think we've done enough damage here.
Chuck and Anita don't catch spiders just for the fun of it. They're going to feed them and then milk them at their home laboratory, which you will not mistake for a dairy farm.
So we're going to take the spiders out that we collected. Okay, just sort of get those sorted out.
And I got some kissing bugs, and I believe I got a couple of black widows.
For most people, a few hundred spiders in their home would be reason to call an exterminator. Anita and Chuck keep 50,000 spiders here.
Just a few minutes work. Not bad, huh?
Not bad.
Coming up,
You want to feed some tarantulas down?
The fangs are dripping with venom.
the best time of day for a tarantula is the worst for a cricket.
Well, look at him go.
See how big they are?
They're quick.
What we're going to do is we're just going to put them all in the same tray, just in different rows. Just take this out. You want to get in a nice open space. So if the thing starts to run, you can catch it before it runs off. I try to hold that. Okay. Then go behind it with either the tweezers or this. And then I'm just going to tease it down to the cup.
Just make him go slow.
Go slow, okay.
And if he start running, you just move away from the table and we'll catch him.
Well, there is the other way.
What's the other way?
Perfect. First time and it's perfect. Gee.
This is that small, then, you know, that's what we have to work with, so.
Well, he's very
Easy, huh?
cooperative. He just fell right out.
I have to use the tool. She's not going to get out.
We'll use the tool on this one because she is being petulant. Get in there, you bad black widow. Oh, gee. Just like hovered in the air by magic. Stay in there. Close one. It's very, very curious. Oh, and out. Get back. There you go.
Okay, so these we got to get some maggots to feed them.
Where are the maggots?
Out there.
Not just any maggots. No, if you want your spiders to be healthy, happy, and full of venom, you've got to feed them fresh, homegrown maggots. And by the smell, I know these maggots are fresh indeed.
Yep.
Basically.
Oh, the stench is from the ammonia that maggots excrete when they feed. This is how maggots protect their food from competing bacteria.
Okay, this is where we raise the flies. Okay, so we got fruit flies at that end, and we have house flies and maggots at the other end.
Wow. So this is rabbit
We're going to make
pellets.
that into, yeah, rabbit pellets, okay.
But they eat it and they lay their eggs
Right,
in it.
yeah.
Oh, weird.
2 cups of that.
The first thing I need to do is make the flies some food.
We are making the media.
Right, the egg, this is the egg-laying media.
Egg-laying media.
It's sort of like an artificial cow dropping.
I kind of miss the actual cow droppings right now. Okay.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh, come on. Oh.
Yeah, these guys haven't been fed yet. They just hatched last night.
No, they must be famished. All good. Don't like it in there at all, Chuck. At all.
Pretty good.
These maggots are now adolescents. Soon, they'll be ready for spider food.
It spans out like a meatloaf. You gotta put your hips into it a little bit.
Absolutely.
Really want to give the maggots a ride. Come on, you maggots.
There you go. That should do it, isn't it?
Yeah, they were starting to enjoy it. Just ate another fly, man. That's awful. There's nowhere to stand and nowhere to hide. Nowhere to run. Okay. That's got to be the smelliest room in the joint, right?
Yeah, almost. We got one with a little different flavor of this.
Yeah.
That's a housefly, fruit flies. This is just an open room. There's no cage in here.
Oh. You really can't breathe.
No, this has got a really strong odor in here. Okay, some of these, if I want
The tiny fruit flies in this room will have tiny maggots. They're food for the tiny spiders.
Chuck, this is disgusting, man. Every time I breathe, I go flying down my nose.
do not breathe deeply.
Oh.
This one we can take outside. Let's go outside.
Yeah, just knock him out of your way. Just
Okay.
push him away. Push him away. That's vile. In that room where those things are, this is what they look like, only there are a gajillion of them. And as you breathe in, they're straight down your throat, straight up your nose, and your eyes, and your ears. It's annoying. We're going back in the room, aren't we? Are we going back in there?
Yeah.
You can tell me. All right.
Yep.
So I can prepare myself now.
Just briefly.
You can count on that.
Okay, that's good. Remember not to breathe. Top shelf right there.
Oh!
Millions and millions.
That can't be good for people. Where's Doug? Oh. That's up there. I've been in a lot of bad rooms. A lot of bad rooms with you. That to me is the freakiest. That's up there. Look at those things. We're eating them by the mouthful. So these guys are ready to be eaten now?
Almost ready to eat, so get that nice and strong shape. And that's good. Great, now now we can take this in there.
We're leaving?
We're leaving, that's it.
All right, I'll miss this place.
Grab a few in here. Just lift that up a little bit.
How many maggots would you say per cup?
Oh, 5, give or take 10.
Very specific sort of job you have, feeding maggots to black widows. I mean, that can't be happening anywhere else in the country right now, except for right here.
Hey, you want to feed some tarantulas now?
Yes. The fangs are dripping with venom. Dripping. And those are crickets?
That's the food.
So we might have 50,000 spiders that need to be fed at least every week.
50,000?
Yeah.
How do you do that? That's too many for you guys to do, isn't it?
No.
Well, look at him go.
See how quick they are?
They're quick.
They just ate 2 days ago.
Oh, jeez.
Like a pro.
Coming up.
Best one, black widow.
And this can make you extremely sick. Make you feel like your bones are breaking and twisting.
When milking a cow, the worst that can happen is that you might get kicked. The stakes here are a little higher.
Oh, yeah. You're being milked, my man. You've been milked by Mike.
After dinner time, it's milking time.
This is the milking area?
This is the milking area, and I can show you how we take venom from the tarantulas. So what I do here, I have CO2 tank on the side of my table. In those bottles up here, there's the water, and the gas going through the bottles. That practically show me how much gas each spider's getting. So you hold the tarantula over the lid of plastic tube, put the fangs inside the tube, and then stimulate her fangs, and she will release the venom inside the tube. So when we get some venom, you just gonna suck it up, it's the pipette, and transfer to the vial.
Okay. We're going to sort of anesthetize the spider.
Just partially.
Just a little bit, like put it in a little twilight sleep.
Getting venom from spiders is called milking them. Think of it like going to the dentist. The spiders are anesthetized so they can be handled, the spider doesn't get hurt, and the milker doesn't get bitten.
So you can put her down, and then kind of hold her legs. Make sure your fingers are over top of her legs. Put her fangs over the tube, and we'll stimulate her. The electricity going through here, and then I have foot pedal on the floor.
Oh. A tiny jolt of electricity starts the flow of venom.
So you don't do that too many times, and you get nice.
The venom from each type of spider is collected in a separate vial.
Okay, you ready to try?
I'm ready. Breathe deep. Breathe. Just let it happen. Let it happen. We get the 2 tubes right in her face. This ought to do it. We'd be messing with the wrong spider.
So wait.
Good grief, look at those fangs. Are you kidding? All right.
Just let it maintain your venom so you won't go from the top and stimulate the venom glands are more on the back here. Getting venom? A little bit.
Yeah.
Pull her gently and put her in the big container.
Okay.
Done. Not bad at all.
Good. All right, what else can we milk?
We can milk some scorpions. Those guys, we don't put them to sleep.
Why?
Because there's no need. Cover him with the lid.
Scorpions are easier to handle than spiders, so they're milked without anesthesia.
Hold the lid with your left hand.
Okay, here comes the juice, buddy.
Push it more up here.
I'm right here?
Yeah, pedal.
Oh, yeah. You're being milked, my man. Oh, yeah. You've been milked by Mike. No. It's been a while since I milked a widow. Oh, only 30?
You need 500 black widows to get 1 drop of venom.
Oh.
So it's hardly anything in there.
That's one
Yeah,
black widow.
That's one black widow.
And where do you
And
put that
this
now?
can
Just-
make you extremely sick.
Really?
Will make you feel like your bones are breaking and twisting. Okay, put her down on the table.
Milking the black widow spider is extremely difficult.
Jeez.
Even picking one up with tweezers is tricky. Too much pressure and the spider is squashed. So Anita trains people to do it using dead spiders. Today she took a chance. Let me use a live one.
I want to get right in there.
You have to twist a little bit. And, I'll try. There we go.
A microscope is normally needed to see the widow's tiny fangs and extract the venom. But Doug has set up a camera so that we can all see it with a monitor.
Oh, I'm moving the whole microscope now. Wait a minute.
So now you lifted the
those are
pedipalps. See, no, those are pedipalps. The fangs are.
There.
You're just lifting them right now.
Right.
See?
Yes, that's where I want to be.
Yep.
Stop it. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Wow, this is maddening.
But you don't want to do 800 a day?
No, I don't. I couldn't drink coffee and do this job. Look at me. God, I'm falling apart. Crap. Shut up, Dave. What about that?
No, that's probably the grudgy thing.
Okay.
After my lackluster attempt, Anita stepped in to show me how she milks 800 of these a day.
Okay.
Black Widow, right? There it is. Yeah, a little fang in there. This is very Doug. I have to say, this is.
You see the venom?
I've been this excited about a shot of yours.
There's the liquid in the container.
Yeah, right there. There's the venom.
Yep.
Oh, I want her angled the other way. I want her like this,
I decided to try my luck with the widow one more time.
and then I want to bring her up here like that.
You have to, but you have to hold her.
Yep, fangs. Oh, I see the tongue. This is pure Zen. This work here. This is the most.
Oh, she's not waking up. I'll try it anyway.
My last black widow also marked the end of the workday. But there was one curious piece of equipment in the lab we hadn't touched yet.
It's in that refrigerator.
That's my freezer for the venom.
Look at this refrigerator.
If I was planning to finish up with a cold one, I came to the wrong refrigerator.
Oh,
This is where Anita and Chuck store the venom they collect. Kept cold, it can remain fresh for up to 30 days.
the fun I could have with this refrigerator. My poor girlfriend would have an absolute stroke. She'd open that thing and that'd be it. That'd be it for me, that'd be it for her. That'd be it for us. Over the years on Dirty Jobs, I've shown you a great many things that I realize many of you would prefer not to see. And in the spirit of that long-standing tradition, I'm going to do it again right now. My crew, in an extraordinary expression of solidarity, has agreed to wear a diaper until you go to discovery.com/dirtyjobs and suggest my next dirty adventure. Not only will they wear them until such time as you do the aforementioned, they have promised to fill them if need be. So I will leave you with this. Please hurry. Discovery.com/dirtyjobs.
It might come out in a clump. If it does, it could be bad.
Dave, why don't you place them where you like them? Maybe work that tub of fat in somehow? You know, if it looks like it's I mean that tub of gold. I mean that. I'm talking about the. I would never suggest we
Piss
were.
me off first thing, aren't you?
I'm making friends everywhere I go.